This is an update video for artificial intelligence signal classification on the Red Pitaya. I thought I would do an update video that shows a zoomed in version of data collection, training and inference for the Red Pitaya board using Edge Impulse. This is the third video in the AI Edge Impulse signal classification series. This is just a quick update video. I have zoomed in the Jupyter notebook so you can see it a bit clearer. I've also added more data to the model, and I've run the Eon tuner again so that we've got an improved model. So the first stage is adding data to the model. For this, I've got an example notebook called Audio Fast ADC Edge Impulse Input, and that's this one. You can run all these different cells, as I've showed in the previous video, and to add more data to the model, after you've run all the cells, the simplest option is at the bottom. You will have to have run the previous cells first. And then if I want to add more data, I can just run this cell, say Red Pitaya, and then it will appear in the Edge Impulse model for training. So I'll do that now. Red Pitaya. So it sent the data into the Edge Impulse training system, and you can see that here, where it says data acquisition, and then we've got our Red Pitaya data we've added just now. Because we have added more data, it'll make retrain show a red icon to say that there's more data, and so we should retrain the model. So we've got a few different steps we can go through. We can change the impulse. We can change how the blocks process the data, or we could just retrain the model using the current settings. We could also, if you go to experiments, run the Eon tuner. Now, I did find last time when I did retrain the model, it didn't give me a 100% accurate system, so I've rerun the Eon tuner, which is running at the moment, and I will carry on the video after the Eon tuner has finished. So the Eon tuner has finished, and I've chosen this model as the final model. It passes 100% of the validation tests, and then in the tuner it shows 98% on the test data, but actually when retraining it did show 100% on both. I've renamed it so that it's clear which one it is, and deleted the other impulses. And if we look at classifier, it's classifying at 100% accuracy, and then on model testing it's showing 100% on the model testing as well. I've made a version for it, so it's version 3 for the part 3 video which we're watching now, and then it is public on this link. If you open that link yourself, you will get a slightly different version. It will ask you to clone the project, and it will look like this. So we can download that as shown in the previous video to our Red Pitaya, and that's us finished with the data. You can add more data if you want and run the tuner again and make it more accurate and tune it to your own data, or we can say that's training done and use it for classification. And the audio classification notebook is good for classification. We can run these cells and classify the data that's coming in. As I said, for this video it's audio data, But you could actually use any kind of data on the Red Pitaya, either on the fast analog inputs or the 1 sample per second inputs, or you could actually have a mixture of data, and you could actually mix analog and digital if you wanted together. So I'm just going to load all the cells, and it should update it to version 19 because we've got a new version. There we go. And I'm going to classify the data. So last time I did edge impulse, this time I'll do Red Pitaya. You'll see, because I've updated the model, it's got slightly bigger, so it takes slightly longer than it did in the previous 2 videos, but it's still very quick. Red Pitaya. And it's given us 100% results, 100% confident that that was Red Pitaya. We can get more details. We can see instead of 26 milliseconds, it's gone to 30 milliseconds because the model's changed. It's got more complicated, but 30 milliseconds is still a fast inference where you can display what we've just recorded, and that's it. So that's a quick demonstration of updating the system. So we've got more data, we redid the training, rerun the Eon tuner, and again just done classification on the new model. And you could update this with your own model, with your own data, and as I said, it doesn't have to be audio data.